Peace and love, y'all. TNR, teaching revealed truth and reality. I'm heartbroken. I'm heartbroken for Colin Kaepernick. From that letter he wrote, I see the pain he's in. It makes me think of a few things, man. It's a few different troubling angles to this. But some of the first things is like Stockholm syndrome. It's like when people get held captive, right, for long periods of time, you can take the chains off, you can keep the door unlocked, and that person ain't even gonna leave because they done got so used and dependent on you and the life that they have that they can't, they wouldn't be comfortable in no other life. So you ain't even got to chain them up no more. The same thing even when slavery was abolished, right? After the war. People in the South, man, they still was refusing. They, some people wanted to keep it a secret and not tell them they was free, but some people that knew they was like, where we gonna go, man? We don't know nobody. We don't know nothing else. Where are we gonna go, man? That tells me this. Because, we have three different parts, right? We have the spiritual part, we have the mental part, and we have the physical part, right? So now when you understand that we got these three parts, right? We can understand how you have to communicate with these parts. Well, the spiritual part is what you can feel something wrong or something right? Even Colin Kaepernick, right? Seeing what was going on with the police brutality, it hurt him. So for him to stand up, that's a strong spirit that made our brother stand up for us when he didn't have to. But here comes the mental part, or the lack thereof. This is why it's so important to have synergy, right? Mental, physical, and spiritual. Because this mental part is what's bringing Colin Kaepernick back down. Is what stopped him from being able to sustain, right, the understanding that he was grown with. He writes a letter to the NFL begging for them to give him a spot, even if it's the practice squad. I got a little bit mad at first because I was like, what the fuck do you want to go back to the plantation? Why are you begging these people? Like, so now it's pretty evident that you love football more than you love your people. There were people around you who already had this fight in them, who listen, they was happy with what you did and they used you as a vehicle. I won't say used you, not misused you, but they aligned with you and with your purpose, and knowing that you had the celebrity, you had a bigger platform. We could use that platform for to uplift the people, to shed some light on some of this police brutality and the things that he was kneeling and standing for, which is totally understandable. I'm just confused at why wouldn't you embrace the struggle? You played in a Super Bowl. So at this point, that's what you took the knee for. At this point, what's wrong with fighting for something that's greater than you? Wouldn't that help your legacy even more? Wouldn't that do, from my opinion, just looking at it, you made it there, you gave it up for the people, and you became a martyr, a symbol of hope, something greater, something that we can look up to, something that little kids playing football can look up to make sure that their integrity is intact too, as well as their game. Needless to say, we was proud. Niggas was proud of you, bro. But now it's like a slap in the face. It's like, damn. Because it's you basically saying, man, fuck the struggle, bro. Fuck how y'all feel about, you ain't making no demands about nothing. Fuck all that. You just want to be back on the plantation, man. And besides the anger, it's like it hurts because it's like, damn, you not happy. You look in the mirror, you not satisfied. You probably regret standing up for niggas. So that's the part that make me sad. Like, damn, you stood up for us, but you ain't really got the backbone to even look in the mirror and feel good about the man you are. You still feel incomplete. You feel like that. You feel like the very devil that puts your life in a shambles is what you need to make you feel complete. That's sad. I'm not mad at that. I'm sad at that. That hurts me. That hurts my feelings I hate that for you, brother. I hate that as my brother, you are that sad, bro. You are that dissatisfied with the struggle. You need the master. You got the Stockholm syndrome that bad. Because I'm always looking for a solution, right? Instead of just sitting here crying over spilled milk. So I'm like, why the fuck did Colin Kaepernick, how? How did he go from that to begging back to the NFL? Then I realized, you know what it dawned on me? The spirit gave me the message, man, gave me the answer. It's because his spirit was intact. We know he physically was intact. He made it to the NFL, highest level. Guess what wasn't intact? Mental. And it's two parts of mental, see, because what gives you the mental stability is knowledge. Colin Kaepernick doesn't have knowledge about who he is, about systematic oppression, about systematic racism, about the NFL's racism, about how it works, right? He doesn't have none of this knowledge because the knowledge would empower him, right? The knowledge would give him the know-how, would give him the wisdom to understand the situation he's in and be able to move accordingly, right? Being able to move with wisdom through the ignorance. That's the only thing that can help you through these ignorant times, through this devilish times right now, is the wisdom of the Most High. Wisdom is the incorporation of understood knowledge, basically, right? So you got to know it's a pillars, it's levels. First, you got to get the knowledge, then you have to get the understanding of the knowledge. Then you have to move with that in the spirit of wisdom, right? So Colin Kaepernick is going back to his aggressor. He's going back to his master because his spirit and his physical, attributes led him astray, gave him the capability, right? And the wantingness, but his lack of knowledge, his ignorance has not given him the answers to understand his true source of power, right? And where his happiness really lies, and where it really can be found, and what's the next step that he should take, right? And before he wrote that letter, who he was writing that letter to, and what that was gonna do, not only to, his fight, but the people that was paying attention to him, the people that was motivated by his fight, the people that he pumped up, he just deflated everything, man. What we got to take from this is two things, man. Colin Kaepernick, I'm sorry for that, brother, man, but we got to understand that it's going to take knowledge, bro. And that just was a confirmation for me that, man, knowledge has to be the first and foremost tool that we move with, because even if we move over spirituality and we work out and we get strong, man, we not going to be able to stay long, stick through the fight, and even throw the right punches or know who we fight. And if we don't have the knowledge, man, I pray for Colin Kaepernick to learn that he wrote a letter to his master, for him to learn. And he got to destroy and rebuild, man, his thought process. Yeah, it's a sad day for us. It's a step back for us. The NFL is very racist. And now, sadly now, if they thought they had to respect niggas, now they know they don't. If they thought they had to acknowledge a nigga, now they are affirmed. Colin Kaepernick has affirmed that, nigga, I made a mistake. And if you're thinking about making that mistake, don't. He didn't have the knowledge. So I don't blame him. Blame ignorance. This ain't to bash Colin Kaepernick. This video is to promote wisdom. This video is to let you know that vision without wisdom, without smarts, you'll wind up right back at the master's doorstep. You got to detach. Because we war not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, spiritual wickedness in high places. It's things set up here to keep you down. It's things set up here to keep you feeding the system. Don't tap in. Pay attention. Follow your spirit. And what your spirit is telling you, do the math, do the knowledge. Get some wisdom and some understanding. And let's take back what's ours. That's this whole fucking planet. TNR, Teach and Reveal, Truth and Reality. We keep it going on the next video. Get too much time on this one. Subscribe to the network. Stay tuned in. See what we doing.